Yo, 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 yo. Hi. Mm. Hopefully the sound goes well now, Bob. I just take the Atletico thing. Yeah. Atletico Bada versus Espanyol. But back to what I was saying, my review was short because there isn't that much to say about this game. I mean, these kinds of games, you take the 3 points and you move it away and go in and look into next game. So, I mean, that's I guess the next thing we can look at. Happy for happy for Warren, Zabani guy's debut. Chevalier didn't get tested. Happy with Beraldo. It was just a good performance from the team. I don't feel anyone was bad or anything. Nantes obviously played some Osama bin Laden football. But unlike last season, we actually managed to beat FC Nantes this season. So here's an upcoming fixture list for PSG. Angers at home, Toulouse away. Like all these three games, we could see like heavy-ish rotation because I mean these are all weaker Ligue 1 teams. We actually got a really great start. Then we have Arsenal and then Marseille. And in between the Arsenal and Marseille game is the first Champions League game. So, but yeah, you see 1 week rest between them. And I think here is an international break. Must be an international break between August and September right here. So, but yeah, let's prepare for Angers next Friday then. Yeah, and bye exactly. Happy for him. Yes, sir. Exactly. Yeah, those are like the games coming up. Actually, let me check what other games they are this weekend. I already want to plan what watch alongs I could do. Friday. Oh, Friday PSG play. Ooh, that Bayern Leipzig game is tasty, but Paris play on Friday. Saturday, what game is there Saturday? Spurs City. Yeah, I said I could do Spurs City, Barca Levante later on. Barca playing in wait again. Potentially two there. The City game though, I have to wake up early. I never wake up that time, man. If I don't do that, what would I do? Ooh, maybe Marseille Paris FC. Maybe Marseille Paris FC. That could be nice. Toulouse won yesterday against Nice. I mean, Nice are embarrassing. Nice are embarrassing. They got knocked out immediately from Europe again. But I just remember Toulouse. I remember that game we had versus Toulouse where Lucho just said, fuck it. Fabian got that 1-0. If this was Colo, we'd be slandering him to oblivion. What are you talking about? Are you talking about Gonçalo or who are you talking about? Mbaye or who? I mean, we haven't seen them yet, but looks good so far. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Atletico Madrid are just like the Spurs of La Liga. Arsenal Spurs mixture, just heavily battling. Uh Sunday we got United. I mean, United were look good to see today versus Arsenal. So maybe United, Madrid could do United, Madrid, Monaco, Lille. But I would rather watch Madrid, Oviedo here. And Mbaye. Wait. How can you even dare to make a comparison between Mbaye and Kola? Mbaye is like 17 and he came from the academy. You're comparing him to Randall Kolomani, who came to this club for 90 million euros. I mean, Nuno, I understand like you like your agendas and stuff, but I mean, this doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't know how it's supposed to make any sense. Why would I have the same standard expectation? I just want Mbaye to be better than last season because last season, I mean, he's still improving game by game, but I like the energy. I mean, I watched his stats. He had 0 out of 7 dribbles completed, but he attempted 7 dribbles, which I can't remember of him doing last season. We were signing Eric Bailly, but they'd be very lucky to get 15 games from him. Okay. Without proper preseason, how can our players be fully fit? I mean, this is our preseason. I mentioned that on Twitter. Osman Dembele and Luis Enrique have been saying the month of August is PSG's preseason. We didn't get an actual preseason. We had to be forced to play that UEFA Super Cup immediately game with all of our starters playing. So expect the same from the next two Ligue 1 games we have versus Angers and Toulouse, right before the international break. Wait, Toulouse was right before international break, right? Yeah. So Angers and Toulouse, expect the same. A little bit of rotation, just coming into the season. Then the players have an international break. Then we come back. We have Arsenal, we have Champions League game, and Marseille. So then the big games are coming in. Of you, yeah, no, happy with Warren. Happy with Warren. Because I remember last season, Warren had his bad period. And then when he played as a right back, he was also bad, obviously. And people said like about position and so on. And I said, yes, obviously Warren will perform better in midfield, but him being that bad doesn't mean today he played as a right back and had a cheeky game. Remember onto something, man. Warren Nation. Zabani looked good. I mean, obviously he had the stressful first like 10 minutes, made two bad passes. But one thing I like, when a long ball comes or something, he's not like fucking Marquinhos who just stands there. No, he's staying physical to the guy, puts his feet above him and everything. Good start from Zabarni. But obviously, when the center backs are meant to be tested is when we're playing against great attackers. So when we play versus Marseille, maybe Arsenal, I don't know how good they are at the moment. You know, they've been dropping off since their peak under Frank Hayes. So Zabani will just have to wait to see, the best out of him. But look cheeky today. Who are the options that you are looking for when it comes to backup right back? I'm not looking for backup right back. It's not going to happen. Luis Enrique has been clear about that. DM, I like Baleba a lot, but I don't see that happening with his immense price tag. And I don't see a midfielder actually coming to PSG. Right wing, Magnus Achlios. Really simple. Same here. Omar El Hilal on the right back. All right. But that's the thing. We're not looking for. Yeah, 100%. No, I mean, he can play many positions. He's very versatile. Who did you like and dislike tonight? Personally, I like Beraldo, Warren, and Baye for us. But disappointed a bit with Barcola. I thought he would want to show he can be a starter. 100% Thompson, especially in these games, where Kvara, Dembele, Due are rested, are these kinds of games where, we've seen Barcola in other league end games, take the game and so on. I don't know. It's a bit hard to rate, because we want to, play with less energy now in the beginning of the season. But no, I do agree. He should have done better. But I was happy with basically everyone today. And we just move, I guess. But no, Barcola, that's a valid point. Even the substitutes that came on, I think they should have done better. But that's the thing. We just take this very calm start. Inshallah, man. Yeah, Vitinho was good. I mean, he's versatile. He can play as a right back. He can play as a midfielder, deeper, more offensive in the midfield as well. So I'm just happy his form is back. I don't really care what position. He can be an assistant referee just as long as he performs well. I'm so happy for Warren, man. I really need Warren Zada Emre back. I'm missing him, man. Embarrassing, man. Yes, sir. I was like, Warren had the ball. I was like, Warren, come on, carry. And I see him start running, man. Put some good passes as well. We'll be there. Look, what I said is, I think I saw slight improvements. It's only one game from the last game, but it's still not, peak Lucas. He could be washed after that double ACL, man. Same. Bro, if you could sign two players, it can't be more Achilles. Who are you signing? Tricky situation. If I can't sign them, I don't know, like great youngsters apart from them, because that's what this team needs and so on. It's youngsters that are steadily gonna take their place in the squad. So just a young false nine and a young winger. I don't know who. I have no names on top of my head. You know what? Let's go with Algerians. Give me Amora as the false nine instead of Rodrigo Mora. Mora. And then instead of Akhliosh, we got an Algerian right wing. I mean, Akhliosh is Algerian. um, I know it. No clue. No clue. Do you think Lamine Yamal should play for PSG after his Barca era? I mean, my opinion has been clear. I do not want Lamine Yamal at this club. Could I see PSG going after Lamine Yamal? 100%. I mean, I think every single club in the world is interested in Lamine Yamal and would love to have him in their squad. The question obviously is, it would be 100% Lamine Yamal's decision, similarly to when Neymar was at Barca. It was he who called us. He decided to leave because obviously Barca would never sell Yamal. So it all depends on if Yamal would like to leave. The thing that also helped us sign Neymar was the release clause. I think Yamal's release clause is like 1 billion or something. So that's not going to help us. He has to like insert a release clause into his contract so he can leave, or Barca for some reason would let him go, which doesn't make any sense. So yeah. Would take any of these DMs. Stiller? Yeah, Stiller is cheeky. Louise? I guess Douglas Louise? No. Fofana? No. Vermeeren? Vermeeren? Aguma, Varela, Chotard. Oh, Varela, he's the Uruguay in Porto. I remember we linked to. The only one I would take there is probably Stiller. He's the only one. Maybe, man. That's a bit sad, man. No, it's yeah. Let's take a look at the bench players instead. You know what? Let's just remove this. I don't have a definitive opinion on Chevalier at first. I wasn't a big fan of his style, but one thing he has over Dona is always look to play quick instead of calming, and I like that 100%. True. Yeah. I mean, I think that's the plan for PSG this season. Do it as that 10 and then 2 wingers and one up top, or like 3 wingers. Haj Musa, yeah, Haj Musa. Let's go with Haj Musa and Amora then. Go on there, Josh. I don't remember, but good then. 100%. 100%. Oh, Yildiz. Olise, yeah. Yeah, Olise is a bit too late now that he's joined Bayern. Yildiz, actually, he was brought up on the podcast yesterday if Barcola left. So, no, Yildiz is very good. But, I mean, he's a left winger, so. Do you think Casado is already better than Ugarte at his peak? I mean, the thing with Casado, I know he was in the beginning of the season, but in like big games like the Clasico versus Bayern, Casado cooked up really hard. He looked really good in those games. I don't know. I know. You know what? Casado did it only for like 3-4 months, so I'm gonna still put Ugarte, I guess, but I do rate Casado, obviously. Yeah, embarrassing. So embarrassing from Atletico Madrid. I mean, as I said, they're the Arsenal and Spurs of La Liga, man. So much battling, man. I would not. I would not take Kamara Babukar, ex-Marseille player. Give me Tielemans, but obviously Kamara is the better player. I don't know. I don't know about underrated. Obviously, he's underrated. Like people are not rating him, but that's because he hasn't played. He's been injured, been out of the squad, not rated by Flick and so on. Another one that's underrated, I would say more, is like Gavi. Gavi's nearly forgotten about, but I think this will be like a comeback season for Gavi. Kefren Turam, no, no. First off to the right wing from Mbaya, I think. Oh, pause. No, I don't remember. I don't. I was maybe looking away, looking at a tweet or something. If I'd remembered, I would have remembered it. Paris Saint-Germain, of course. Yeah, I mean, he was good for us in that like preliminary UCL group stage. That's the only times he started. I mean, he had multiple big league game. Actually, there's one game, Lyon away, I missed. That's the thing. Ugarte at PSG, it was also a bit like Casado. He like was good in the first 2, 3, 4 months and then became ass. Ugarte prime was at Sporting, where he had many big European games. Like he cooked up versus Arsenal and Juventus in the Europa League. So I would say those are his biggest games. For PSG, I remember Lyon away. I missed that game, but I remember Ugarte had a good game against Lyon away. Then I don't remember that much. Like his first game, that was Arsenal. I would want Baleba to replace Ruiz. Yeah. Barrios. Oh, Barrios from Atletico. Now, I would love to have Baleba, man. I think we lack that athleticism in the midfield a bit. I mean, if he's available for a cheap price, the issue with that, because someone asked me before, is like Joe Neves is a starter box to box midfielder, and Warren is his backup. If you get Casado, it's too much. I mean, we should sell Warren at that point. So I would rather keep Warren. I think Warren has a high ceiling than Casado, but obviously Casado performed better last season. But that's why I wouldn't sign Casado. What's your opinion on Weah joining Marseille? I mean, I don't know. A lot of people got like heated and so on, and I don't really care. It just shows like he was never part of, like he was never strongly attached to PSG. I mean, even his father, George Weah, played for both PSG and Marseille, so he's just following his father's footsteps, I guess. Progression critiques. I feel like he's too statics on the ball by himself. Doesn't take the passes in stride. I don't know. That happens sometimes. The thing is, today we played a heavy low block. I remember against Spurs, many like interesting runs he was making and so on. This game it was a bit hard. Oh my god, I forgot to send the link. This game was a bit harder, because I mean there wasn't any space to run into at the back. So 2 games on, but obviously these were critiques we had of Barcola last season. Looks a bit dead, looks a bit ice cold in a bad way. But yeah, hopefully we see improvements in that from Barcola. The Paul one, really? Or their peak plays better football, champagne football, PSG, Bayern, Barcelona, City. Be objective mode. I mean, I'm always objective. You don't have to add that. Better football. I mean, are you talking about currently PSG, Bayern, Barca, City, or like when you say peak? Can I say what Bayern peak 2013 or what? If we're strictly talking about the team that they have now, it's PSG first, Barca second, Bayern third, City fourth. Because Pep is he hates individual ability, man. Which technical midfield should United sign? I mean, I've seen United linked with Wharton. I think he's very good for them. Rank these players: James Rodriguez, Royce, Özil. Özil, Royce, James Rodriguez. Would swap Savinho for Kangin Lee. Ooh. If we could do a straight swap. Yeah. I think Savinho and Hakimi could work wonders on that right hand side. Like Savinho's so technical. The only thing that Savinho sometimes lacks is like insane speed. But you put that Hakimi alongside him. But I would rather obviously get Achilles than Savinho. I said it before. Top 6, maybe even top 4. They have a really good squad. They're still looking to strengthen it a bit more. Who would you take as number 9 for PSG? I mean, we have Osman Dembele, so I'm not looking for a number 9. But the 3 best number 9s, if I could take, is Haaland, Isak, and Alvarez. I would love one of them 3. No, I know, Sochi. Honestly, Barca fans are so fucking disgusting, man. Barcelona fans, especially the Yamal Glazers, they're probably Barca fans that are not fucking glazing Yamal this much. But no, they have completely embarrassed themselves. Complete shameless, man. I mean, Mahrez, that's another player that we should have signed, man. Was United there a flash in the pan, or Arsenal really that terrible on the Arteta, or maybe your prediction about United's coming to fruition? I think it's both, but obviously United were going to be better than last season. I always said it before. I backed Amorim. People said, oh, Amorim is a fraud. He lost, I don't know, 15 out of 21 Premier League games he managed or something. But I'm like, it don't matter. Don't matter. Give him a transfer window. Give him the plays that he wants. Kicked out Rashford. Kicked out Garnacho. This man actually wants to do that special operation and fix this team. So give him the keys. Let's see what he can do. But obviously, Arsenal being as helped United perform better. But no, United, they have good players now. They have good attackers. Instead of Garnacho, it's Cunha. Instead of Anthony, obviously cooked at Betis, but instead of Anthony United or Jadon Sancho, it's Mbuemo who had a good game as well. So now United's future looks really good. Arian, I would love that too. Maybe now that we play 4 attackers, it becomes even more fluid, which means Dembele can drop to wing. Like I remember the game versus Liverpool, he went to the wing like a couple of times and just cooked Robertson, McAllister. So I would love, even if Dembele starts off and plays as the false 9, that he drops sometimes a little bit more to the wing. Wow. I mean, I can't get mad. I mean, he won us everything, man. Damn booze, man. But I do agree. Obviously, dribbling is one of the most exciting things to see. And when he is this false nine, um, it's less of that, obviously. But then Buzma. We have a complete team, which is to stack young talents, invest for the future. Don't turn out like City and have to replace 5, 6 players at once. True, true. And move out. The players that are not good enough, get a good price for them, move on. Just give new opportunities to new people. Keep it healthy. Keep the competition. That's why City were dominant for so long. The competition. If Mahrez had a bad game, Bernardo Silva would start. If Holland had a bad game, Alvarez would start. That competition keeps everyone at the top of their game. Heavy rotation is obviously good to keep to have good squad morale as well. So you don't want to have too many like at Chelsea. So I think PSG at the moment's, basically perfect. If Dembele gets a long-term injury, then do you think we should play with false nine, drop Doué, Kvara? If Dembouz gets injured, I would play Desiree Doué as the false nine. And I think if you ask the same question to Luis Enrique, he would answer the same way. Because when Dembele has been rested and it's a biggish game, he doesn't play Gonçalo, obviously. He plays Desiree Doué as the false nine. He has the best profiles to that. The thing with Desiree Doué, one thing that makes him so great is his risk taking, sometimes overdoing stuff. And when you are the false nine, you got to play a clean game. I also like Barcola as a striker. It's more direct. Like we look for Barcola's runs instead of him dropping. But I'll play, obviously, Doué false nine, Barcola Khvicha on the wing, and then the 3-man midfield behind them. Yeah, I would love to see Arsenal, Barca, and PSG. Really interesting game there. We need to have clauses. Chelsea's transfer strategy with Lucha ruthless. As soon as you see someone is getting bad as shit, we should replace them quickly. The only thing with that, Ahmed, it can affect the squad morale if you do it in too much. Like already Donna, that could have potentially affected. And Donna was actually performing well. It was just other stuff and so on. But that's, for example, the stance with Gonçalo and Kangeli, Ahmed. Not Luis Enrique, the PSG reports. They don't say, look, oh, we want to sell Kangeli or Gonçalo. Just to keep the squad morale good. Just to keep those players happy. But then if the right offer comes in, we sell. And I think they should keep it like that. Hey. Ut. Pappas vattenflaska. Var det nära disken?
لا كانت جيتها مع الفيليج كنا دارينها في الوطن اللي دخلناها انا شفتها في الشقاره نتاع الفيليج
Nee, Reis, ut. Whew. Electroverse passes today? I don't remember that exactly, but good to hear. Thompson said the same thing, so yeah. Left. Left is his more natural position, but he did cook at Leon on the right side. So he's versatile, can play all the both wings, but with that cut in, like Barcol on the right is more playmaker. Left, you could say maybe goal scorer, just because of the preferred foot. Can we talk about Chelsea's horrific game yesterday? I haven't seen it. They sent me to sleep, and yeah, they tried those same balls against Palace. They used against us, and they went out of play all the time. So just a Fugazi one. No, I just had to get my cat out. He was trying to. So my green screen. I don't know if you can see. No. So my green screen. He has a bunch of stuff. I don't know. He was trying to jump the green screen. I would have cooked him, man. But we should invest in 50, 60, 70 euros. Yeah. 100%. That's why we got Medin, the goalkeeper. We have been linked with a lot of South American talent. We wanted Franco Mastantuono. We wanted Endrick. We wanted Estevao. So no, that's something we're definitely gonna improve on. Obviously, also using talents out of academy. Since Luis Enrique come in, Warren Zara Emre, Seni Mayulu, now Ibrahima Mbaye. Lucho talked about Boli from the academy. We did want to keep Axel Tappe, who obviously went to Leverkusen and is looking decent there. So the academy, our own academy, obviously, the Liga and academies, maybe getting Jaquet, the right-footed centre back from Stade de Rennes. But you want right wing, and then if you like him almost on the right wing as much on the left wing, I want it's more I want a left-footed winger, Top G. Like the only left foot. I mean, Dembuz is two-footed, but he's the only like pure right winger we have that's left-footed. I need someone that can cut in with his left. Basically all of our wingers are right-footed. Khvicha right, also two-footed. Dube right, also two-footed. Barcola right. maybe I don't know that much about him, but I think he'll go to United. What about Xavi Simons? No, I mean Xavi. We had Xavi Simons. He didn't want to come. He fucked up his career. Like Xavi Simons has to be one of the dumbest human beings I've ever seen, man. 100%, man. Give me Barca. Yeah, look, the reports, everything from PSG saying maybe. At the moment, we're focusing on departures. When we finish that, could maybe get a cheeky signing. But that is if there's a good opportunity. That's what PSG always says. If there's a good opportunity, we'll go for it. If there isn't a good opportunity, we will not go for it. I saw that, man. Vasco da Gama just Santos. Look, I don't know who Franco is. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, we're not paying 70 million for a 28-year-old Brian Mbuemo. To face at the new camp, not the Munjukic. Mungejic. No, but what? But I've heard you're not leasing the Mungejic this season, so you will never play at it this season. That's what Phil told us before. Miss out on Cherokee? Yeah, I mean the issue with is I always say this. The reason Turkey is not Parisian is because of political stuff. He plays for Lyon, the John Texter beef. Um, his previous agent was Mbappe's mom. They tried to go to Dortmund and all of that. Lucho Campos, NASA, the management didn't like it. It's unfortunate. Like his talent, it deserves to be at PSG. But I've always said I think the game will be filled with goals. So either like a 3-2, 4-2 to PSG. As a replacement, why would I replace Ashraf Hakimi, the best right back in the world? We are very good. And was 26? Still, I'm not. I don't want. No. Bueno. Yeah, I agree. A lot of people have mentioned that. Obviously, it's only 3 games, but it's 2 big games, so or like 4 games maybe. Would Valverde start at PSG? I don't think so. I mean, Valverde can play as a right back. He does not start over Hakimi. He can play as a midfielder. He does not start over Vitinha. He does not start over Neves. And he does not start over Fabian. He can play on the wing. And he does not start over Dewar or Dembele. So, no. But it would be a great squad player to have. Okay. Oh, pratar om Cherki? Look, Rodrigo Mora. We can't miss out on him, man. Endrick, we missed out on so many talents. Obviously, we have so many talents, but at the same time, we missed out on so many. I need Mora, man. Mora is the target. Yo, what's up? What's up? What's the second best fullbacks in the world? I mean, yeah, but it's getting tighter. It's getting tighter because Madrid's fullbacks are better than they were last season. Trent and Carreras. Liverpool as well. Obviously, got Frimpong and Kerkes. I think those are the top four. Yeah, I don't rate Limer that much at Bayern, even though I rate Davis highly. So those are the top four. I'll put PSG's fullbacks first, second Barca, third. I don't know, man. Kerkes looks a bit mid because I didn't watch him before at Bournemouth. In that Liverpool game, he looked mid, but it was just one game. Uh, yeah, I'll put Liverpool third and Madrid fourth, just for the time being. But where the Cherki Jacket project 2020? What's Cherki doing there, man? Cherki, it's over, man. Good players getting no game times, bad for team around. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we never want to do as bad as Chelsea because probably a lot of problems Chelsea have is due to, their policies, their transfer policies and everything. But as I said, Cherki was not that. It wasn't that, oh, if Cherki comes, how is Dewey going to play? How is Dembouz going to... No. It was just political stuff. Yeah, man. Cunha look good, man. Cunha look good. Cunha look good. Especially, like, in the start of the game, he played as the false nine with Mount and Mbuemo underneath him. When Cisco came on and Cunha was more in the left spot, that looked better. Obviously, Cisco is going to be the starter with Mbuemo and Cunha underneath him. Dorgu, Diallo, Bruno, Wharton, Yoro, Mazraoui. Ooh, the Lick look good as well. And then whoever you get as goalkeeper. Yes, sir, Serge. Would Super League scare EPL fanboys? I don't think it would scare them, but they wouldn't have a monopoly anymore. That's what happens if a Super League is created. The Premier League doesn't have a monopoly, which the other big teams in other leagues don't have. Ethan Mbappe, a bum or a baller? In between. Obviously, he's not a bum, but he's not a baller. Like, he was not a talent. I was like, oh, Ethan Mbappe. I remember his name. He's decent. No, I don't think there's any weak link in the starting 11. As long as, because I'm counting Zabarni as the starting centre back. If not, Mark is a bit of a weak link. But Zabarni is going to be the starting right centre back this season. Yeah, no, I don't see any weak link. No, I heard that Cisco wasn't 100% fit or something. Like, probably he skipped a bunch of trainings with Leipzig to force the move or something. So yeah. Yeah, goalkeeper and center mid, exactly. I mean, they're linked to. They wanted Baleba, too expensive. They're gonna go for Wharton or Yelmund from Sporting. Those are two good players. Goalkeeper, I know that they want Donna, but Donna wants to go to Manchester City. Maybe Diego Costa from Porto. I mean, I heard someone mention Emi Martinez from Villa. They could go for him as well. Exclusive. Antonio Semenyo just signed a 1-year extension with Bournemouth, but that hasn't stopped Arsenal making inquiries. Bournemouth is scratching their heads, wondering why Arsenal is leaving it so late in the transfer window, as finding a replacement at this stage is near impossible. Semenyo himself is totally keen on making the move to Arsenal. Can you blame it? It's a massive opportunity. But with the clock ticking, will Arsenal push through with the late bid, or Bournemouth hold on to their star? Wait, what? Well, why don't Arsenal want Eze? Weak link your forwards' efficiency in front of goal? When? I mean, in the beginning of the UCL last season, yeah, when Dembele had like 7 big chances missed and Barcola had like 4. But during the prime, the most important part of last season, there wasn't unclinicality or efficiency or anything. Yeah, but a lot of that I blame on Arsenal. I like the respective teams. The thing with Cisco, apart from goal scoring, he's better than Gyökeres at basically everything. Running with the ball, dribbling, touch, first touch, all of that. Goal scoring, Gyökeres. I mean, Cisco is not the best finisher at all. So they're just two bad kind of players. Gyökeres didn't have a single shot attempt. The only time we saw Gyökeres was simple passes or something, and that's not really his game. Maybe. Him or Rodrigo Mora, maybe. Small chance. I think there's a high likelihood it's Rodrigo Mora who gets signed instead of Achilles, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, yeah. I mean, as long as we're fortunate and don't get any injuries, that shouldn't worry us. I mean, even higher probably. Yo, Sabanon. No. I mean, Luis Enrique doesn't want to push up both. He always wants to keep because, like, if Flick had PSG squad, he would probably do that. If Flick had PSG squad, because he's so like attacking minded. Luis Enrique cares a lot about control and balance, and you want to have 3, then 2, then 5. That's Luis Enrique's formation all the time. I don't see him changing that. Nuno Mendes obviously is allowed to push up more and so on, because sometimes what happens, Fabiano Vitina drops into the defense and then Nuno Mendes can push up. But like Hakimi, no, I don't think so. Is Zabani the white Pacho? I haven't seen enough of Zabani. Huh? Bretide, bon. Ta. Alltså, min, jag har 3 stycken, du kan ta en bara. Det är från brandkåren.
Mamma hämtar dem.
But yeah, I haven't seen Zabana enough to call him white batch or I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see. No, I think I've made my prediction video. I posted it today. I think Barca will win La Liga. I mean, yeah, he's so shameless, man. Nah, but shout out to Slot, man. He understands football greatness, man. He understands football greatness. Man, Atletico is so fucking garbage, man. Wait, is there a game of tomorrow? So these are games for tomorrow. Yeah, just a bunch of Algeria versus Niger. Round of 5. Anyways, this is the game, obviously. Madrid versus Osasuna. Yeah, I can't wait. Rudiger suspended, Alaba injured, Kamavinga injured, Endrick injured, Mendy injured, man. Shoulder injury. If Didier Deschamps was PSG manager, would you be successful? I mean, I think he would be similar to like Blanc, probably at PSG. So not as successful as a Luch or I mean, Tuchel and Blanc basically as successful. Maybe Blanc even more successful. So I think that a bit similar to like Blanc's time at PSG. Nah, it's crazy. Good players they've signed as well. I mean, that's what the country is called. So no, no. I mean, you can either. I mean, it depends if it's French, English. You can either say Niger or Niger. Um, I don't think there's a player we need to sign, but I would love to have Rodrigo Mora. Yeah, no, no. I will do a watch along for the Madrid game. Uh, Interesting. Let me just predict. This is my predicted lineup for the game, just from my head now. Courtois in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Dean Huijsen, Militao, Asensio. I want to see Carvajal in the right centre back position. Carreras, Valverde, Gular, Ceballos, Mbappe, Vini, or maybe Rodrigo. Oh, Galtier. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know, but he's coached like the France national team, so that's why I would compare him more to Blanc. Galtier came here with zero experience managing a big club, and we gave him a big club. We gave him Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. Before that, he'd managed like Yusuf Attal and Laborde and stuff. Starch, like be a consistent starter at Barca. Maybe we'll have to wait and see. Would Luis Enrique build a team around Messi if he had stayed at the club? I mean, I don't think Luis Enrique would have wanted to keep Messi at the club, just like he didn't want to keep Neymar. So I don't think there's a world where Luis Enrique and Messi at PSG. I mean, that's where Luis Campos comes in. Both of them work together. And that's why we didn't make any flops last season. So far, Chevalier and Zabane, I don't think they will flop. So we're making really great transfers. But yeah, people, that's been it. Short post-match podcast. There wasn't that much talk. We will be back. Pre-match podcast Thursday. Paris Saint-Germain versus Angers. Be there. Until then, have a great day. Good night. And as usual, allez, allez. Allez,